Set down for third reading next sitting day. I call on Government Order of the Day number 8.
Maori Television Service Te Aratuku Whakaata Irirangi Maori Amendment Bill, first reading.
Honourable Dr Peter Sharples.
Mr Speaker, I move that the Aratuku Whakaata Irirangi Maori, the Maori Television Service Amendment Bill, be now read a first time. At the appropriate time, I intend to move that the bill be reported to the House by the 23rd of July 2013 and that the committee have the authority to meet at any time while the House is sitting, except during oral questions, during any evening on a day on which there has been a sitting of the House, and on a Friday in a week in which there has been a sitting of the House, despite Standing Orders 188, 191, subsection 1b and c. Mr Speaker, mā tātou, ko i rā te karango whakaata Māori ki Aotearoa whānui. The launch of Maori Television Service in 2004 was a watershed moment for Maori people and indeed all New Zealanders. It transformed the media landscape in this country. It made our language and culture accessible to a broad viewing audience. For Maori, it has meant the celebration and normalisation of our language, our tikanga, and our people. I am delighted to celebrate its achievements. The Maori Television Service Act 2003 established the Maori Television Service. It also specified that a review of the operation and the effectiveness of the Act be undertaken in 2008-2009 with a report to Parliament and recommendations for any amendments to the Foundation legislation. The review was conducted by an independent panel with expertise in te reo Māori, the television industry and the broadcasting legislation. The panel members were Tainui Stevens, Hone Edwards and Jane Hoodia. Their subsequent report contained 31 recommendations. The Minister of Finance and I are the responsible ministers for the Maori Television Service. We work with Te Pūtahi Pāoho, the Maori Television Service Electoral College, to jointly review the recommendations from the independent panel in 2009 and 2010. We did this. Following this, Cabinet approved in principle the government response to the review in October 2010, including various proposed changes to the Foundation legislation subject to targeted consultation with Māori. At the time, Cabinet deferred consideration of the 4 recommendations concerning the composition of Pūtahi Pāoho, so that this work could be synchronised with some related work streams in the Māori Affairs portfolio. Te Puni Kōkiri undertook targeted consultation hui with Māori in 2010 and in 2011 to discuss the proposed legislative changes. No concerns were raised at these hui about the proposed approach, and the government subsequently confirmed the proposed legislative changes as a basis for this bill. Mr Speaker, there's general agreement that the Maori Television Service does an excellent job with its core business. On that basis, we are not proposing major changes to its underlying legislation. We do, however, seek to fine-tune this legislation so that the Maori Television Service is optimally positioned for digital switchover and can continue its strong focus on promoting our language, our culture. Digital switchover is scheduled for completion in December 2013. We intend to enact this bill in 2013, so the Maori Television Service is ready to go digital. The bill seeks to make minor changes to the functions of the Maori Television Service to strengthen its focus on Maori language and culture. It will also update arrangements for spectrum management and the contents of Maori Television Service accountability documents. It addresses arrangements for borrowing and investment by Maori Television Service and also the timeliness of future reviews and other miscellaneous matters. The bill provides for a transfer of spectrum management rights from the Crown to Te Pūtahi Pāoho, and for Te Pūtahi Pāoho to issue spectrum licences to the Maori Television Service to meet its current and future broadcasting needs. It is my expectation that Te Pūtahi Pāoho will issue a national set of spectrum licences to the Maori television service immediately following the passage of this bill to cover a 20-year window. This approach reflects the role of Te Pūtahi Pāoho as the kaitiaki of Maori interests in Maori television service. It also provides certainty of tenure for the Maori television service about access to the necessary spectrum licences for it to undertake its business. It will also strengthen the relationship between the Maori television service and Te Pūtahi Pāoho. The bill also provides for the creation of a deed between the responsible ministers and the Pūtahi Pāoho to set out the terms and conditions under which Te Pūtahi Pāoho must express the spectrum management rights. These terms and conditions will address implementation requirements, specific provisions about support for the Maori television service, and the promotion of the Maori language and culture and circumstances under which Te Pūtahi Pāoho would be required to return the spectrum management rights to the Crown. This approach provides some flexibility for the Crown and Te Pūtahi Pāoho to manage, amend and to update operational arrangements for spectrum management on an ongoing basis without requiring further legislative change. It is my intention to refer the draft deed that has been prepared to the Maori Affairs Committee to inform its consideration of this bill. Following that, Te Puni Kōkiri and the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment will work on behalf of the responsible ministers to finalise the deed with Pūtahi Pāoho. As I have noted, Cabinet has deferred consideration of the issues regarding the composition of Te Pūtahi Pāoho. This is a serious matter and will require significant engagement with Maori. I am keen to ensure that any work to consider the composition of Te Pūtahi Pāoho is synchronised with related work streams in Vote Maori Affairs. On this issue, this basis, I intend to report back to the House with my proposed approach to this matter at an appropriate time. It is important that this bill progress through the legislative process in a timely manner. There are a number of spectrum-related transitional arrangements that need to occur once this bill has been enacted to position Maori television service for digital switchover. For this reason, I ask that the motion be agreed that this bill be reported back to the House by 23rd July 2013. I would like to briefly acknowledge the efforts of all those who have worked to bring te reo Māori into our homes through television. I oku rangatira tēnei ka mihi ati kia koutou, ara kia koutou mahi nunui, hai painga mō te reo, mō ngā mokopuna, mō ngā iwi whānui, ti hei Māori ora. As I've noted, Mr. Speaker, Maori television has taken our language and culture to a broad viewing audience. It plays a major role in promoting our unique heritage and identity to Maori and non-Maori viewers through its outstanding annual coverage of things such as Anzac Day, through its free-to-air coverage of the Rugby World Cup 2011, and through its presentation on everyday joys, tribulations and triumphs of Maori and other New Zealanders. It is my intention to strengthen the platform for our language and culture through this legislation. Mr. Speaker, I commend this bill to the House.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. The Honourable Shane Jones.
Kia ora no tātou. Māku tēnei kōrero e tuku ki te